So, you want to buy a house with no credit score? Good news, it's been done. Meet George Kamel, a guy who works with financial expert Dave Ramsey. And George's financial story is pretty amazing in its own right. He went from a negative net worth to being debt-free and a millionaire in 10 years, ditching credit cards and living cash only. But his journey didn't stop there. He defied the odds by buying a house without a credit score. But really, the more interesting part is how he did it. So in this video, we're going to be unlocking the secrets that George used, including the magic of manual underwriting, a personalized approach that skips the credit check and it focuses on your true financial picture. I also did my own research and I found some pretty interesting loan options that are available specifically designed for no credit first-time homebuyers. Finally, we're going to answer everyone's burning question. Can you really buy a house with no credit? So buckle up, future homeowners, and discover the path to unlocking your dream home, even with zero credit score. I mean, this is just in time, especially as more Americans' credit debt increases. Check this out from CNET senior editor Nick Wanley.
Tonight, first, how did we get here? Why are so many Americans so deep into credit card debt?
People are leaning into credit cards much more than they were previously. There are a couple of different factors here. One big factor is obviously inflation. Things are just more expensive than they used to be. Cost of goods is up across the board. And so we're seeing a lot of Americans lean more into credit cards in order to make ends meet. So this isn't just frivolous shopping, Lindsay. It's not people being flippant or doing a lot of new travel. It's a lot of times people just trying to make ends meet with the budget when it comes to groceries and other basics. And so as a result of that, but combined with raising APRs that are really compounding a lot of that interest, we see Americans carrying much more credit card debt than they were previously.
Now, if you've been with me for a while, you'd probably know that I'm all about personal finance, right, guys? That's why when I came across the story of George Kamel, it was like I was reading my own. Within 10 years, he went from a negative net worth to debt-free millionaire, paid off all $40,000 of his consumer debt. From there, he kept working the plan and he got certified as a Dave Ramsey master financial coach. And as for his home purchase, I'm just glad that finally someone at Ramsey actually sat down and spelled out letter by letter how to buy a house without a credit score. From what I've learned, Dave has been preaching this for years, but this was the first time he actually sat down and explained step by step how to do it. Actually, the challenge was his zero credit score. You see, George, being an advocate for financial independence and not wanting to play the whole debt game, he ditched credit cards and he embraced a cash-only lifestyle. So to buy a house, he went through manual underwriting, a process that bypasses the automated credit checks and involves a human loan officer meticulously assessing his financial situation. During manual underwriting, an underwriter basically goes through documents that verify your income and your assets to determine if you're a qualified buyer. So George brought everything that he had, his W-2s, tax returns, rent history, even utility bills. Basically everything to prove his responsible money management to a real person. I think the self-employed people watching right now, the entrepreneurs out there, they know exactly what I'm talking about, as even the big banks require it without a W-2. A bit more hassle in terms of due diligence, but some people actually appreciate it. They feel like the bank was actually taking the loan seriously instead of just kind of passing them out like candy like they did in the early 2000s just before the crash. But hey, it wasn't exactly easy going from there. He did get the okay from manual underwriting, but he also had to agree to a 20% down payment. Plus, he opted for a 15-year fixed rate loan. Quicker loan payoff for sure, but definitely bigger mortgage payments as well. This isn't exactly a universal solution to the housing affordability situation, but definitely shines a light on alternative paths to financial freedom that may not be very well known to a lot of people. I mean, I have a friend. He and his wife bought their house without a credit score. They told us how the loan guy, after looking at their debt, was flabbergasted. His words, not mine. And they said that the loan officer actually came in the day that they were signing all the paperwork for the loan and sale and shook their hands. He said that he had never met people like them, people who have no debt. After that, sure enough, they went and paid the house off in 17 years. Pretty cool, right? So I did some research and apparently it's fairly possible to buy your first home with zero credit score. You just have to know the right loans and their requirements. That we're going to talk about a little bit later in this video, so stay right there. But first, I just want to give you guys a quick thank you for watching the video, and always a big thanks for always lighting up the like button. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel and tapping that notification bell for more content like this. Appreciate you guys so much, but let's continue. Now, purchasing a home without a credit score, it might seem like a daunting, almost impossible task. but with careful planning and understanding, it is definitely achievable. So here's a step-by-step guide for you guys. So number one, gather your financial documents. Think of this as assembling your financial portfolio. You're going to need documents like proof of stable income, recent pay stubs, and 2 years of tax returns. Kind of paints a clear picture of your earnings and your employment history. Lenders want to see consistent income that can support your mortgage payments. Down payment and closing costs shows you have the financial resources to cover the upfront costs. Aim for a down payment of at least 10%, but ideally 20% to reduce your loan amount and potentially secure a better interest rate. Closing costs typically range from 2 to 5% of the purchase price. Savings for emergencies demonstrates financial stability by having a safety net of at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This shows lenders that you can handle unexpected situations without jeopardizing your mortgage payments. Bank statements provides a comprehensive overview of your financial health. This includes your assets, liabilities, and your transaction history, giving lenders a deeper understanding of your financial situation. 2, highlight what they call alternative creditworthiness. While you might not have a traditional credit score, you can showcase your responsible financial behavior through other alternative means. Rental history. Obtain a verification of rent form from your landlord detailing your on-time payments and any late payments. This helps to build trust with lenders by demonstrating your ability to manage monthly housing expenses. Utility and phone bill payment history. Request records from utility and phone providers to show consistent on-time payments. This reinforces your commitment to meeting financial obligations. Debt management. Calculate your debt-to-income ratio, your DTI, by dividing your monthly debt payments by your gross monthly income. Aim for a DTI below 36%, as a higher ratio can raise concerns about your ability to handle another loan. Number 3, aim for a larger down payment. The bigger the down payment, the better. Putting down 20% or more of the purchase price reduces your loan amount, potentially lowering your interest rate, and also eliminates the need for private mortgage insurance. This can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. 4, explore government-backed loans. Government programs like FHA, USDA, and VA loans, they can be lifesavers for buyers with limited or no credit history. These programs have a more lenient credit score requirement and offer other benefits like low down payments and flexible underwriting guidelines. Research each program to see which one best suits your needs and eligibility. Last, number 5, and this is optional, consider building credit. While it's not essential for buying a house with no credit, building your credit score can open doors for better loan terms and interest rates in the future. If you have time, explore secured credit cards or credit builder loans to establish a positive credit history. You just have to remember that on-time payments and responsible use of your credit card are keys to building a strong credit score. Building credit takes time, and waiting in a hot housing market feels like watching the prize slip away. So if you really can't wait, then these are some of the loans that you could look into. So first, you've got FHA. Enter the FHA loan, your friendly neighborhood mortgage program designed for folks with limited or no credit history. Unlike some loan officers who might slam the doors shut based solely on missing credit score data, the FHA takes a more holistic approach. They actually state on their website, the lack of a credit history or the borrower's decision to not use credit may not be used as the basis for rejecting the loan application. This is good news for anyone with no credit. FHA loans allow for a low down payment of just 3.5%, which is a major benefit for responsible earners who haven't had the chance or haven't felt the need to establish a credit history. Then you have conventional loans. Interestingly enough, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac may be open to borrowers with no credit score. It'll just take a lot of effort on your part to, 1, find a lender willing to take a chance, and 2, actually doing the legwork for the loan. Be prepared to put down a larger down payment of like 5 to 10%, stick to single family residences, and limit your loan amount. Additionally, be ready to document a year of on-time rent payments and really go through the manual underwriting process. Other than that, there are VA loans for those who served. Veterans, active military members, and even surviving spouses, this is for you. Even if your credit score is non-existent, VA loans might be your golden ticket. The Department of Veterans Affairs emphasizes that they don't have a minimum credit score requirement, focusing instead on the overall loan profile. This means on-time rent, utilities, and other bill payments can potentially outweigh a missing credit score. Plus, qualifying veterans can even get a VA loan with 0% down, making it a dream come true for first-time home buyers. Just remember, some lenders might have their own minimum credit score requirements despite the VA stance. So shop around, ask about their approach to non-traditional credit history. There's also USDA loans. If you're a low or moderate income buyer looking to put down some roots in a designated rural area, USDA loans are worth checking out. These zero-down options offer an incredibly affordable path to homeownership. Similar to FHA and conventional loans, USDA loans with no credit score require manual underwriting. Just don't get discouraged if one lender says no. Keep searching until you find one that sees your potential beyond the missing credit score data. Remember, buying a house without a credit score requires some extra legwork and planning. But with the right information and a willingness to explore less conventional avenues, you can unlock the door to your dream home sooner than you think. I really hope that this video has clarified your options for buying a home without a credit score. Remember, you're not alone in this situation, and there are tons of resources available to you to help you achieve your goal. So don't hesitate to reach out to a financial advisor or mortgage lender for personalized guidance. Remember, buying a home is a big decision, so take your time, do your research, and choose the path that's right for you. Want more tips and tricks for navigating home ownership? Subscribe for future videos, hit the notification bell so you never miss a thing. I'll see you on the next one.